On this video, we're gonna cover a lot from legal issues that I'm facing because of my YouTube channel. I'm just a blogger giving my opinion. This house right here, the Rainbow House in Naples, which apparently has been on CNN. So basically, we got a lot to cover. Also, Naples Real Estate. We got a lot to cover in this video, and it's all compressed into one single video. What's up, everybody? This is our cute little house. And guess what? It won't sell. Our cute little house won't sell. But today we're gonna go out in the Everglades, and we're gonna, or I don't know, maybe Fort Myers, Naples. I don't even know where we're gonna go. We're gonna go somewhere. This is our cute little house, and it won't sell. Let's talk about it. I didn't really realize how expensive it actually is to live here, so I made a video about living in Naples, but I guess North Naples, where I live, is only like for millionaires, and I didn't know that because I'm not a millionaire and I live here. So I guess maybe we could look at some more affordable areas in Naples that people are moving to. It seems like North Naples is a really big term. It's just a large area. North Naples includes a large area now, and most people are thinking about moving inland. So we're gonna look at some other communities out there and see what's really popping off over there. All right, guys, we're on J&C Boulevard. This is a commercial complex in North Naples. And one of the things that I like about North Naples is how many restaurants we have here. Just like Cape Coral, there's a lot of different restaurants, so you can do a lot. It's not as good as Miami, but it's good enough for me. One of the places that I like is a little Cuban place called Mongols. They're only open till 3, and it's about 2:45, so we gotta go pick up our order. I'm ordering a steak sandwich and a little Cuban coffee, and that's gonna get me through the day here. But it's just a little, nice little restaurant. It's kind of hidden back here. A nice little lunch place, and I'm just gonna pick up a to-go order. We don't have time to sit down today. Gotta hit the road and make some videos for you guys. Look at this, guys. This is a real Cuban sandwich. Look at that. Steak. When I say Cuban, I mean it's a steak sandwich. Real Cubans don't order. I don't order a Cuban sandwich. I order a steak sandwich. Alright, guys. This is Pine Ridge Road, which is usually a nightmare. It's kind of easy today. I'm not sure what's going on here, but usually it's a lot worse than this. The quest for affordability in Naples is interesting. I want to make some videos about this area. Everything's private. You can't get in. Restaurant there. There's a Fernando the Bull, which is a Cuban restaurant. I do not recommend it. Okay, I recommend Fernando the Bull to you after you already know what Cuban food is, because they're more of a Cuban-American fusion is what I would call it. And when Americans, and by the way, it's Americans, it's their favorite Cuban restaurant because it's Cuban-American, but it's not authentic. And then they label it authentic, and it angers me because in my personal opinion, that's not the definition of authentic. But there's a lot of restaurants in this area. There's a lot of Latin, there's a lot of Asian. The barbecue and American game is horrible here. I'm a fanatic of country food. I love my barbecue. I love my southern food, like real southern food, like a brisket with some barbecue sauce. You know, I love that real southern food. And I'm gonna be honest, the southern food sucks in Naples. There is none that's good. There's Black Eyed Pigs over there on Pine Ridge Road, about 4 miles behind us. They're about as good as it gets, and they're really friendly, good people. So it's about where I go for my southern food fix when I really need it and I don't have time to get out of town. Otherwise, you got to go to the Hood in Fort Myers. You got to go to the Hood in Fort Myers on MLK. You can get some good barbecue there if you can find a food truck, because they move around a lot and it's hard to track them down. Or I go to LaBelle. LaBelle has a Vicky's food truck in LaBelle, and they also have Log Cabin, and both of those will do my southern food fix, you know. So this is a good area. You have the hospital here. You got this is on Pine Ridge and 75. You got a hospital here. You got a Publix and a bunch of restaurants and shopping centers. So this is the area moving forward now. If you're moving to North Naples, this is the area you're probably going to be able to afford. Vineyards is a huge community. Their fees are not too bad. I think it's like $8,000 a year in most places in there. So anything east of 75 is going to be the area you're going to be able to afford. So east of 75 is the Golden Gate Estates, and all of the communities east of 75 you'll probably be able to afford. What are you thinking, baby?
Jose, where can I find the best barbecue in Florida?
Fetting Springs. You know, I talk a lot of smack about the rural towns and kind of the Big Bend area. It's a nice area to visit, and they have the best barbecue so far that I've had so far. But it's just, to me, it's not as good as those other North Florida places. And Brooksville has a few good barbecue places too. But amazing barbecue, you almost got to get into Georgia, to be honest, to get the really, really awesome barbecue. So this is the Golden Gate Estates, and up ahead is 951. Oh, look at that truck, man. Yeah, buddy. But these are going to be the natural gas lines that they're putting in. They're going to build basically a massive community east of oil, like around, like between Ave Maria and Naples, basically. East of the estates, they're going to build a massive community, and they're already putting in the gas pipeline, so you can pretty much consider it a done deal. People in the area are really upset about this project. They don't want it. There's already enough people here, but land is running out. So what's going to happen is, it's already started to happen, is that people now don't, these are neighborhoods. You have a big lawn and you got woods. People don't want this crap. People want to live in subdivisions and communities. See these big houses? They're all for sale, and they're still building new ones. Like there's one right there being built brand new. Every single one of these houses or lots has a for sale sign. Nobody wants this crap. People don't want to live where they have a yard to keep up. That's the old generation. That's people 10, 15 years ago, okay? People today want to live in communities. And in communities, you need a lot of land, and there's no land left. So the communities keep pushing further and further east. This is a nice little shopping center. There's a Cuban place right here called World Bakery. One of the best bakeries in Naples. So if you like Cuban goods, if you like French pastries, if you're big on French pastries, you'll probably like Cuban as well. There's a lot of French influence in Cuban food. We just don't know it, or we're ignorant to it. But if you like French pastries, you'll like Cuban pastries as well. And you should definitely try World Bakery, which is on Collier Boulevard and Pine Ridge. Weber is really nice. Look at the size of that garage. Wow. Weber is a really nice rural community. It's one of the most desirable parts of the Golden Gate Estates because of its proximity to town. So it's one of the first Golden Gate Estates that you hit. Communities that are affordable are going to be basically east of 75. So, but most of them are small developments. The tracts of land here are not that large, so they're small developments and they're all private. Most people today, they want that. Here's one for sale right now, sale pending. Look at this one here. Looks like they just built this house. Coconut trees. I mean, these are $1 million, at least $1 million houses. You have a massive paver driveway, coconut trees, cleared lot, massive house, massive garage. These are properties into the millions, so most people can't afford this. And even if they can afford it, they'd rather be in a country club or a private community with some amenities. Even though we're east of 75, these are still $1 million properties. Kind of raises the question of, are there affordable options in Naples? I mean, there's a lot of people who are retiring and they have a good chunk of money to retire, but the land crisis here is a problem, and the only option is really communities that they're building further inland. If you get farther out into the estates and where the lots are smaller, the lots in this area are kind of big. You get into a smaller lot, you can get in the $300,000 range. But again, that's not what people want. So now we're entering the Golden Gate Estates. where we're at now is an option for a lot of people. It's a good option because you can still find properties, not in the beginning of the estates, but way out there on the east side of the estates. You can still find properties for $300,000. You can buy a brand new house, big house, by the way. They don't build little houses around here. Everything they build is massive nowadays. And there is the Habitat for Humanity program where you can get a house for under $180,000. It's for low-income people in Collier County, and you have to qualify. You have to be a resident of Collier County who's consistently made low income for a while. I don't know, there's some requirements to it. And guys, there's teachers, there's police officers who can't afford to live in Naples. Your teachers, police officers cannot afford to live in this community. The residents of this community are absolutely angered about those pipes. Those are going to be the gas pipes for the massive development that they're building out there, and none of these people want that. We're on Collier Boulevard heading north. Between Vanderbilt and Immokalee, you start to see all these communities, and I wish I could show you these communities, but they're all private, so I can't get in them. Publix, I'm sorry. But there's grocery stores, there's gas stations, and there's the po-po. The po-po, man. I ain't even did nothing yet. No, I don't like the way they're treating me, man, because he was looking at me. So here's East Development, here's Tuscany Point. Let me just show you guys, you can't get into any of these. They're all private. This is Tuscany Point. This is Tuscany Point here. And they're all private. You have to have a little gate code to get in. So we're not going to be able to get into Tuscany Point. You have to have a little number to get in, so we can't get in. And so this is why it's going to be hard to show you guys. Most of the affordable properties have amenities. You're just getting a fenced-in community. You don't have to worry about people coming into your community. So they're more safe when it comes to crime. You can see it's a gated community. It has gates all the way around it, a few lakes, beautiful gardening. But a lot of these communities in this area don't have, you know, like the country clubs, they're full packages. You get everything. The only thing I can think of, guys, if you're thinking about retiring and you've been looking at Naples, if you want a community with amenities, you might have to do Venice. They're building a lot of stuff in Venice. Bonita Springs, there's Palmyra, there's Island Walk. These are the types of communities you might be able to get your foot through the door. See, there's still a nursery right here. This all used to be nurseries and agriculture. And what they've done is that they've bought out all these nurseries and agricultural places. So this area used to be all fields, guys, and tomato fields and nurseries. This used to be all agricultural, but now they keep building this community. Like here's Vanderbilt Lakes, and I actually know I might be able to get inside of this one because I know somebody who works here. I don't know. See, it's residents only. So only residents are allowed to come into these communities. So unless you're working in these communities, you can't get into them. Beautiful gardening work, by the way. And you can see that, you know, mostly it's just workers coming in and out. But these communities are all gated. And there seems to be a nice sidewalk for bike riding on this side. So I wish I could show you guys more, but like I said, see, they're all gated. Even their sidewalks, they have a gate up on the sidewalk to kind of discourage people from coming in here. But I just want to show you guys this area along North Naples. Even though the communities are all private, but at least you guys can get a feel. We might be able to get into this one. Here's a new one, Abaco Point. So this one may not even be up on Google Maps yet. It's brand new if they're still building it. Yeah, we'll be able to get in. See if we can get into this one. So this one, so far, there's no gate here yet. So let's explore it, guys. Let's mount the camera in a private gated community. So this will eventually be a private gated community, but for the meantime, okay guys, a little bit of frustration here. The Toll Brothers marketing department does not allow any information. Basically they have information packets about this community, but everything of their marketing has to come through them. So they do not allow, they won't show me a tour of the houses, marketing. Oh well, they're lost. Compass Landing. And they're still, looks like they're brand new. It looks like their sales event today. They have a sales event. So up right there, look at that.
Well,
more communities going up. More communities. Indigo Lakes is a really popular one here. So we're almost reaching Immokalee Road now. We have Oak Ridge Middle School, which people say it's not too good, by the way. I went there and it was, for being in Naples back then, it was pretty rough. But then you had all the kids out from the estates that were kind of rough. So, but I don't know if that's still the case today. Then you have Gulf Coast High School over here. Here's another one. This one is Tuscany Cove. And you have Pembroke Lakes. These are nice communities. And anything on this side, you start to get a lot of families because you have the schools. You have Gulf Coast High School, Laurel Oaks Elementary, and Oak Ridge Middle School. So the schools attract a lot of people. The next thing that attracts a lot of people, you can already see the traffic jam starting to build heading towards the Golden Gate Estates. Everybody working in Naples heading back home. There's a hospital now here, and hospitals are great for real estate. You see the NCH, that stands for Never Come Home. Oh no, I'm sorry, it stands for North Collier Hospital. Although some people think it means Naples Community Hospital. The original one was Naples North Collier Hospital. So there's a few misunderstandings about what NCH stands for. As far as I know, it's North Collier Hospital. Some people say it's Naples Community Hospital. And then obviously we know it also means Never Come Home. They're gonna extend Logan, which is a little bit to the west. Logan is going to go all the way to Bonita Springs. They're going to open that up soon. But hospitals and schools bring people to the area. Those are big structures that aren't really going to go anywhere, you know. Hospitals and schools don't get up and move. Those are fixed things that are going to be there for a while, and that thousands of people are involved in schools and hospitals. So once you have a school and a hospital in the area, it's a good thing for the real estate of the area. It says no trespassing, please see. You have to kind of sign in, so it does say no trespassing. But this is a construction site. Probably just another massive community they're building. You guys see the trend here? Massive communities. And in the smaller pockets, smaller communities. This is what's happening here. Community after community. These used to be the stomping grounds for kids, man. These are 4x4 trails. Come out here in the woods, but now that they're building all this stuff, this is what people who move down here just don't understand, is that this was our, like, when I see these trees, when I see these woods, it brings back nostalgic memories. And on this side, they've built communities. This little trail right here, this was somebody's childhood stomping ground, man. This was where somebody built a fort in the woods when they were little. In a private community about a mile from here, a guy was attacked by a bear. Not sure what led to the aggression, but yeah, a mile from here, a guy was actually attacked by a black bear. So this is wild. You'll definitely regret running into a black bear that's aggressive out here. And he was in a community, right? He was in the community and he was attacked by a black bear. We're in the black bears community, so no trespassing in that direction. That's the quarry. I'm trying. I've changed my diet. I try to come out here and bike since it's how we started the video. My house hasn't sold. It's been on the market for a very long time. Putting the house on the market. The realtors don't want to touch my house. So the only realtor that I can get to take my house is this lady that I know. And even with my house, because it's less than $100,000, or less than $200,000, these realtors don't want to take a house for less than $200,000. Then you got vultures. You got realtors that'll take anything, because there's just a saturation that the ones that haven't established themselves, they they need work. It's not the realtor. She did a great job. It's that my property doesn't sell. And let me tell you the reasons why it doesn't sell. Number one, banks don't finance mobile homes. People do have cash money to buy. Yes, they do. But these are people who made a lot of money up north. They're not going to move into a trailer. They're going to, like, think about from my point of view. Let's say I got what I was asking for my house. Let's say I got the 120 for my house cash. Everybody in Naples, if I told them I moved to Georgia to live in a trailer because I got it for $50,000 or $20,000, they're gonna think I'm nuts. And the same thing happens to people moving from up north. You tell somebody from up north to move down to Florida, to live in a trailer, they're just not gonna do that. Their pride isn't gonna let them. Oh, I gotta stick this out. A deer stand. I can't help but going up there and seeing the view though. Somebody's been hunting out here. I gotta do it. I've never done this before. It looks pretty solid. Somebody's deer stand. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. These are just some toe straps holding this together. Wow, that's clumsy. Ow. Nope, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Okay, I found somebody's deer stand. You have to sit up here? Oh no, I ain't doing this. Oh no, I'm too fat. I'm too fat to be a hunter. Okay. Alright. I'm just too fat, guys. There's just toe straps is what's holding this thing together. So who's going to buy my house? It's not going to be a snowbird. Because they have a predetermined notion of what their standards of living are. And nobody retiring in Florida is going to do it in a trailer. If they're going to do it in a trailer, they're going to do it in one of these old people communities. And my street is not an old people community. It's just a tract of land. Well, anyways, guys, the next reason why it won't sell is that it needs some home repairs that I frankly don't want to do. All my extra money goes to my adventures and my travels, and it's time to slow down the travels and adventures and focus on getting my property fixed up. I need to put tile in it. I need to put countertops and some other little details here and there. And I was hoping, you know, I thought when I posted this house on the market, I thought this thing would fly off the market, you know? I thought there'd be people fighting to get their hands on my property because on my street, it's a rare thing for a property to hit the market. When they hit the market, it's because it takes more money to fix them than what they're worth. So I thought, hey, can't go wrong with this. Put this house on the market and I'll be able to buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in Cape Coral, selling my trailer in Naples. Here we are, a year and a half later. We're still in Naples. And Katie and I sat down, we talked a little bit. She keeps saying we have to move. She can't stand it here anymore. And I get it, man. All of our high school friends moved on. We're the only idiots who haven't. We're the only idiots who didn't leave Naples. All of our high school friends left. Why did we stay here? You know why we stayed here? Listening to other people's opinions. People's opinions who, 1, don't care about you, 2, don't pay your bills for you, and 3, are either broke or stupid people. Another reason why the house won't sell is basically because it's cash money. And not everybody has that kind of money. And we've already discarded snowbirds buying the house. They don't want to do that. So snowbird's not going to be the buyer. Who's going to be the buyer? Pretty simple. Somebody who already lives in Naples. They'll buy a brand new $300,000 house in the Estates. And, well, that pretty much does it. So if they have $100,000 or $120,000 cash, instead of using it to buy a property outright, they use it as a down payment. That's a pretty simple thing. You can't afford it means if you don't have $300,000 cash, you can't afford a $300,000 house. If you're financing it, that means you can't afford it. And in today's market, I don't know, you have to talk to a realtor who would want to tell you, but I think 95 to 90% can't afford it. Let me break this down to you guys. If I had $1 million, I wouldn't live in an $800,000 house. But there's people today who have $1 million and live in a $3 million house. That's what created the crisis where everybody lost their houses. But I guess people didn't learn their lesson. I learned my lesson. I own my house outright. But the interest rates are so low right now. Come on, people. You buy a house for $500,000, you're gonna pay $900,000 with a low interest rate. And then you gotta keep it up. You gotta mow the lawn. These big houses, you gotta clean the pool, you gotta clean the lawn. It's for retired people. Once you're old and you're retired, if you're 70 years old, finance a $3 billion house for all I care. You worked for it, you've earned it. There's gonna be a water hole in there. See the cypresses trail? There'll be a water hole back in there. So if you're 70 years old and you want a $3 million house, it doesn't matter, finance it. It's gonna be somebody else's problem in a few months or years, you know? See this hunter? He knows what he's doing. This is an experienced hunter. See where he's got his stand, where several different habitats kind of meet up. Water hole nearby. Perfect spot to put up a hunting stand. Because the mindset of people today is not to buy a house outright. By the way, it's about almost a quarter acre in North Naples. One community on one side of me pays $80,000 for a membership fee. That's just to move into the community. A community to the north of me on the other side pays $25,000 just to move in. You need, between property taxes, fees, property maintenance, you need about $60,000 a year to live where I live. And I can't get $120,000 for my house. Because the people that moved to this area are moving to this area to live in private communities, golf courses, and to live a fabulous lifestyle. I'm the only idiot who, being broke, lives in North Naples. It has its benefits, of course. Crime is not a concern. There's jobs. There's money. Come to Naples, you'll become a millionaire. I came to Naples, and I became a millionaire. That's what the realtors are telling people. Why? So they can sell their houses and make their money, and they can be millionaires. They're basically selling you a dream. They're selling you a dream, guys. To give you guys a little wake-up call. If you're retired, you have money, nowhere else to be. Look at this. I'm outside in January biking to the woods. You can go. You can go. Go to the beach. Yeah, humidity's high. Go to the beach. My warning to broke people, regular working class people coming to Naples, Lehigh, Cape Coral. And I hope you hear me. If you're a local person, you already know what I'm going to tell them. Iguanas are raping people. No, that's not it. What is it I was going to tell them? Jobs in Florida do not pay. The amount of zero in the bank people coming here is ridiculous. Te voy a meter una galleta. Te voy a conmigo no. Porque soy guapo y me fajo. Man, that Cuban coffee's got me. I can't have Cuban coffee. What just happened there? I don't know, where I was just like arguing with a tree. Hey, tú, te metas conmigo, en Cuba era México. Yeah, that Cuban coffee will. Whew. Okay, that's what I need to do before I go on these rants. Before I go on these rants, I need to drink some Cuban coffee. Imagine that, sit there, drink a huge jug of Cuban coffee, and go on there. Screw this place! Don't come here anymore! right, guys. When they break a leg or they get hurt, I tell them go see a lawyer and sue them and get $150,000 and find something else to do. No, I'm gonna keep limping along with this job because I've been here for 20 years. All right, guys, look at this traffic jam. That's Vanderbilt heading eastbound. Heading westbound, nothing. Heading eastbound, Vanderbilt is basically gridlocked the whole way. Look at this. Just a gridlock. It's moving now, but for the last 2 miles, it's kind of been stopped. It's just now slowly starting to move again. So, just so you know, I live in North Naples. At the end of the day, when I drive home, it's a clear shot. In the morning when I go to work, it's a clear shot. When I come back home, it's a clear shot. But if you live in the estates or in the east side of Naples or east side of North Naples, this is what you're gonna get right here. And actually, I missed my turn. We're gonna go south. We're gonna go look at this one house. It was on CNN, guys. A house in Naples was on CNN. Wow, look at this. I might as well just go on Goodlet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no, look at this, guys. I'm not gonna get into there. I'm supposed to get into there, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna go down Goodlet. Look at this, guys. This is the reality. You see that? This is the reality of why North Naples is more expensive than... That's why all the affordable properties are east of 75, because this is your daily commute. Where if you're heading the way I'm heading, it's not as bad. Oh, dude, is that a... Oh, yeah, it is, man. Isn't that guy living on our street? No, isn't that the one on our street? Guys, this is the reality of being a working class person in Naples. See this guy right here? 6 o'clock, he's still driving around with a trailer. The speed limit's 30, he's going 35. So he's got no lights on the trailer and his truck's got a broken light bulb. The reality is when a cop pulls behind this guy, he's already worked all day. This guy's worked all day already, made a hard day's work. With tools and equipment. Obviously he's working hard for his money. He's gonna get pulled over. He's got no lights on the trailer and his truck has a broken light. He's gonna get pulled over. He's speeding. He was speeding. He finally slowed down. He's gonna get pulled over and he's gonna get a ticket for more than what he made all day. And that's the reality of being a working class person. All these hundreds of Mercedes-Benz coming back from dinners, half of them are DUI. They're not gonna pull none of them over. They're gonna pull him over because he's got a truck and trailer. Now there's a house in this oh, is that it right there? That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh gosh. Here we go, guys. This guy has been on CNN. This is a private community, but we're gonna park. We're on the sidewalk here, so we're good. This is the crazy house, y'all. Look at this. This guy was on CNN. This was on CNN, guys. Look what this guy did. It was on CNN. It's a private community. You can't get in there. But guys, look at this. This is a private community. Houses have to be at least $500,000 houses. And this guy did that. He just totally, I don't know what he did to this house. He just sprayed every color, mailbox and everything. And the people in this community are very upset. This was actually on national news. So that house was on CNN, national news. Every newspaper in town's talking about it. Imagine you're building a brand new house in Naples and the guy next door to you does something like this. Definitely not cool. All right, so basically this house right here is in a private community. They have a gate. This house was on CNN and every newspaper in town had this house on it. Now this house is in a private community. So if this house in a private community, okay, if this house in a private community is on CNN, then your little trailer in a community that's not gated can be on my YouTube channel. I'm sorry to let you know. If somebody, their face or the name of their business are the two things you don't want to, somebody can have it blurred out basically. And Google has rules that, you know, basically shadow what I do. And if your face is on a video, they can ask to have it blurred out for sure. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm kind of on the sidewalk here, which is public property. So if Google, I'm a business partner with Google, basically, in a sense. I'm most like a I don't know how it works. Maybe they contract me, or maybe something, I don't know how it works. They send me a check and I pay taxes on it. A face can be blurred on my video, so if I record your face and you don't want it on here, you can request, and Google has a feature where I can blur it. What we're running into legal troubles is a lot of these developments, you know, like this is a development, that is a development, everything is a development around here, and developments are private property, but they're also public property. For example, I have private property. I have signs that say no trespassing. I woke up this morning and there's 4 guys in my backyard. I have a fence, I have signs, and there's 4 guys in my backyard today when I wake up. So what are you doing on my property? There's a lot, just like here, there's power cords, these power cords, and they're trimming them. So I have an easement in the backyard on the other, not on my property, okay? There's no easement on my property. On the other side of my property, there's an easement, and it's these guys' jobs to keep the trees off the easement. They work for a company, and they said, we work for this company, and we have a contract to clean these trees. So the same thing, you have private property, a surveyor can go on your property. They're surveying the property next door to yours. You're gonna have a surveyor walk into your property. So private property is a very interesting term. Let's say right now, one of these people in this community saw me out here doing this blog, and they wanted to give me the gate code so I can go in the community. They give me the gate code, I can go in there with them, and I'm not violating any laws. So the thing is violation of laws. And if I record your house or your business, I don't have to, unless I state, let's say I made an actual statement and I declared it a fact. But if I say that it's my personal opinion, like I'm gonna go into my channel today, in the channel description, I'm gonna write, everything stated in this channel is my personal opinion. That's it. I can say whatever I want about you. I can talk bad about the president, I can talk bad about this homeowner, I can talk bad about you. That is the freedom of speech, is protected in that. And when it comes to cameras, unless you are invasive, like let's say I peek through a window or climb over a fence, or let's say you see that fence right there? If I climb on top of that fence, then I'm invading their privacy. But I'm on this sidewalk overlooking the property, I am not violating their privacy. I'm not trespassing into their property. So there is a fine line, but being on YouTube since 2012, I know what that line is. And what's gonna happen is eventually somebody's going to sue me. Eventually somebody's gonna sue me. So this YouTube channel that I do now, I got into YouTube so I wouldn't have to deal with the regular day-in-day life. I wanted something stress-free, drama-free, so I got into YouTube as a hobby. And now I'm encountering that there is nothing simple in this world. I got into YouTube thinking, okay, I'm gonna do something stress-free, drama-free. Ain't nothing stress-free or drama-free in America. Now I'm doing a YouTube channel and I'm running into some legal problems, so people wanted to sue me. What they're gonna find is that they're gonna spend a lot of money. They're gonna spend a lot of money on lawyers, and those lawyers are gonna tell them exactly what YouTube already knows, which is that they can ask for their face to be blurred, and then that's about it. So that is what it is, guys. We've kind of run into some legal troubles. My personal opinion is starting to affect real estate because people care. No, realtors, nobody trusts realtors. All they're doing is trying to sell you a house, and they'll say whatever they have to sell you a house. A realtor will say whatever they want to sell you a house. That's what they do. So nobody trusts realtors. Nobody trusts developers. Matter of fact, most Floridians hate developers because they're ruining our state. So who are they going to believe? Me, the Floridian, who is just sick and tired of developers, and who is not on the side of the realtors, because a lot of the people who are moving to Florida are being lied to. They don't know what they're getting into. Oh, I don't have a job in Florida yet. Oh, come over here. There's money, there's wealth. You're gonna get wealthy. They lie to poor people. So now you got an influx of poor people moving to Florida, thinking they're gonna live great because all these realtors are lying to people. They're telling people, if you move to Florida, you're gonna be wealthy. If you move to Florida, you're gonna make a lot of money. Oh, I came here with nothing and now I'm a millionaire. That's what the realtors are telling people. So now all these people are moving to Florida, a state with low incomes, and where housing doesn't even make sense for the incomes and wages, where a commute takes up all your time and all your gas money, and where you work here in Naples, but you need to take a 50-mile drive to Cape Coral or Lehigh. So now you're putting 100 miles on your vehicle every day, wear and tear on your vehicle. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you, you buy a house in Lehigh, you're gonna have to work in Naples. They don't tell you that you're underqualified, because all of these retirees are retiring younger. So you have all these younger retirees moving to Florida, and they are able to take an office job, and they're more qualified than you. So you're not gonna get the office job. You're gonna get the job in the back moving crap. They don't tell you the truth about moving to Florida. And people who are retiring, they're not giving them the full package. So people trust me as a YouTuber and a blogger. That's why my channel's blowing up. We started this like 6 months ago, and we're getting close to 5,000 subscribers. I'm not new to YouTube. I know how to blow up a YouTube channel. And all I'm telling you, developers, if you're a developer or you're somebody who wants to sue me, I know how YouTube works. And when somebody sues me, I hope somebody sues me, because this is what my channel, this is a fire that my channel needs to blow up completely. And when somebody moves to Naples, Florida, what's the first thing they do? You Google the place. I'm the first when you think about moving to Naples in Southwest Florida, I'm who you're gonna have to deal with, because you don't want to trust your realtor. You want to trust me, who's telling you the truth about what things are really like out here. People ask me, Jose, are you afraid? Are you afraid of making videos in the hood? You're not afraid of being robbed? I tell people, I'm more afraid, this is honestly, being 100% honest right now, I am more afraid to make a video in this North Naples parking lot than I am in the hood. Because in the hood, a guy will pull a gun on you and take your camera, my GoPro. They'll say, oh, this camera's mine, they'll take it. I go in the hood, and ain't nobody in the hood gonna sue me because I go to the hood. You think somebody in the hood's gonna sue me because I showed their house on YouTube? They don't care. I might get robbed. Here, you'll get sued. The guy in Miami is gonna take your camera. These rich people are gonna take what's in your bank account with a lawyer. So that's what I'm afraid of. These developers and these realtors and these people here in Naples, they don't like what I do. Nobody trusts realtors. So in reality, I'm actually more afraid to make a video here in Naples than I am in the hood of Miami. Because in Miami, somebody might pull a gun and take my camera, but these rich people here, they're gonna sue you and take your house and whatever you got in the bank.